Let's break down the State of the Union speech. We've brought in our CBS 21 political insiders.
That's right. Hi, guys. We have Charlie Gerow and Mark Singal.
And Mark, being the Democrat here at the table, I just wanted to start off with you and ask you, was there enough substance there for you?
No.
All right, Charlie.
No, let me just say that we talked about this earlier, and it was as expected, you know, because they trotted out, I think, about 30 human props and really did a lot of feel-good stories about America, and that's good. I had no problem with that. But the specifics of the plans that he's talking about going forward, there just wasn't much there. So the proof, as Charlie always says, is in the pudding. We're going to wait to see what that pudding looks like.
All right. And as far as, you know, his message again, together we're building a safe, strong, and proud America. I mean, as a Republican, did you feel proud after that speech? What were some highlights?
Of course I did. And
good?
The president wisely reviewed the accomplishments of his first year in office, the economy going great guns, foreign policy looking good, and he used some of those human props, as Mark referred to them, to make that point very effectively, including the fellow that held up his crutches and the Wambier family who suffered so greatly with their son losing his life because of the North Koreans. I thought it was a good, solid speech. I kind of agree with Mark that he didn't put out more policy-wise. For example, the immigration proposal that he made tonight is really the one that he'd already made. It's, frankly, a good compromise. And as he pointed out, in a compromise, you don't get all you want. And some of his base are more upset over his DACA proposal than the other side. So I'm amazed that the Democrats aren't rushing to grab a hold of this, because it's way more than they asked for.
And Mark, it didn't seem like the Democrats really rushed to grab a hold of anything. They're sitting down, not much applause. Does that send the right message?
Well, you have to remember that they have been bombarded by terrible behavior from this guy, both in the campaign and in his first year. I mean, there's a constant stream of invective and attacking people and Twitters and so on. So it's going to take a whole lot more than a flowery speech and, you know, trotting out these great human interest stories. I think these are all professionals who are saying, where's the beef? What are we going to do together?
Sure. I want to interrupt. I want to get a quick reaction from you both on the Democratic response from Representative Joe Kennedy. A very powerful speech. What did you think?
I think he's attractive. I think he's smart.
Okay.
I think he's the rising bridge to the Gen Xers and, you know, the millennials and things like that. There's a reason why we're trotting out a Kennedy right at this moment. So
yeah, I thought it was very clear reason why.
Yeah, I mean, if you want yesterday's news, there it was. A Kennedy lecturing us about the plight of the middle class, always kind of tongue-in-cheek for me. I didn't see it, Frank, is very powerful. And bluntly, I mean, the follow-up to the president's State of the Union message is never very powerful. It's the most awkward moment in American life, really, because you're following all the trappings of power, every branch of our government in full view, and you're in, you know, some little fire hall somewhere making a speech to a group of people. But the sophistry of it was what struck me, because he was in there saying the Republicans are the folks that want a zero-sum game, whereas in point of fact, what we've heard for the last 6 months from the other side is that they believe the economy is a zero-sum game. The administration has wisely used the two most important words in the domestic lexicon, and those are economic growth, because that is what ultimately benefits everybody.
Guys, we'll have a lot to talk about on Face the State this Sunday. Charlie Gerow, our Republican strategist. Mark Singal, our Democratic strategist.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for coming in tonight, staying up late with us.
It's always a pleasure.